That's really the concern here. Just because plants have toxins in them, just because they have anti-nutrients, is not sufficient, logically speaking, to denigrate the consumption or to discourage the consumption of plants, to determine them as contraindicated for human consumption, okay? For any animal consumption, that's not true. Or else there would be no such thing as an herbivore. You must assess how genotypically evolved are we to withstand those toxins, to withstand those anti-nutrients. Well, they're not required for our physiology, so that gives us some inference, some. Okay, however, we do know that for millions of years, we were consuming small amounts of fiber. And so you could say, well, our genes have evolved to withstand a certain small amount of fiber here and there, even though there's no requirement for it. There's also no requirement, quote unquote, depending on what your criteria are for required, for cholesterol. And that's when it gets even more nuanced. So that's why that's not the strongest inference. Fine. Okay, put that to the side. But also, I think the strongest one that I see is oxalate dumping. Why? Because, you might say, well, that's just one plant toxin. Yes, but they're in every single plant. So then it gets into an argument as, maybe it's just because humans are eating too many oxalates. Maybe plants are still a good thing to be having in the diet, but just in a smaller quantity. Okay, well, that first of all immediately that discounts the vegan diet just in this context, because so you eat less plants. What would you replace it with? Starving? Presumably no. But also, then you look at all the other plants that we are consuming, and you realize that they were invented, really, in terms of their current size, their current contents, sometimes less than 200 years ago. So, anyway.
In your forest to survive, you would not find a lot of sweet stuff. Most of what you'd find out there would be bland or even bitter and bitter.
Not animals. Did you just...